getting the phone situated. I didn't bring my mics today. Didn't plan on being here long. What's up? Catch you later. Caden says he's first. If you ain't first, you're last, right? Ain't that what they say? I'm trying to get this camera situated. I was putting my wind muff on. We're gonna see if we can't catch a couple. Caden, you're not blue just because I kind of quit making people mods. Because I already have a bunch of them. Well, actually, I don't have a bunch of them. I have a few of them. I just quit making people mods because everyone's asking, and when I'm fishing and on the jet ski, it's just too hard to fool with it. So the less people that are mods, the less people that will ask. I mean, I might change it and just make everybody mods eventually. I don't know yet. But for now, I'm just keeping it how it is. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. There's people next to me, so I'm not trying to be overly loud. I don't have my microphones hooked up. I didn't even bring them. Natty W says hi. How are you, Natalie? Thanks for stopping by. I usually fish from the jet ski, so if that's something you sound like there's 20 people in here. If that sounds like something you are interested in, watching me live stream from the jet ski, catching fish, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I am live. But it's December, and we're not doing any jet ski fishing, not till spring. For now, we're boat, bank, pier. Omar says hi, and I'm snagged. I'm unsnagged. I was snagged for a second. Hey Omar, Merry Christmas. I just seen you say Merry Christmas and I almost forgot. That guy caught one. I don't see how I can forget that it's Christmas because all the stress and troubles and worries I went through leading up to Christmas. I try not to be a Grinch, which I'm not, but at the same time, I'm like so relieved when it's over, just because, you know, we can get back into our I just had one. We can get back into our normal routine of things at work primarily. Work goes smoother when, you know, that's all there is work. You know, when you got Thanksgiving off, Christmas off, New Year's off, it teases you. You know what I mean? You get that time off and you enjoy it, and then you're like, man, and you really just don't want to go to work. But it's easier for me to just bite the bullet, work, you know, and get done with it. at the end of the day, if there's any time left, then I go fish or enjoy my time. But having time off, it's kind of like I got a heated. Here's a good analogy. I have a DeWalt heated jacket I wear, right? Well, I don't wear it that much because when you don't have it, you get used to wearing it. And then when you don't have the heated jacket, it kind of sucks, you know what I mean? So I just don't use it, even though I have it, just because the times I don't have it or forget it at home or my batteries are dead, then it's not that bad when I don't have it. Same with working. It's like you get time off from work, and then it just makes it, you know, so much suckier when you got to go back. Anyways, we're going to try to catch some fish. Omar says, can I have it? Hey, Mike Sampson, what's going on? How you doing? Nah, you can't have it. I do use it. There's a couple reasons I don't use it. One is because when you use it and then when you don't have it, it makes it even colder feeling because you're used to it. And secondly, I kind of like the batteries being charged, because if I take it, like I take this jacket with me and I don't even wear it, because then I can say, hey, the batteries will be charged next time I go to use it. You know what I mean? Here I am talking and not focusing on fishing. I got a bad habit of that. I'll cast and cast and cast and talk, and I won't even be really fishing. I'll just be casting and retrieving. Now, I wear it when it's real cold, that heated jacket. Like, if I'm going to be on the boat, you know, for 5, 6, 7 hours, and, you know, it's in the teens, and there's wind, yeah, I'm definitely wearing it. But, like, now, I don't know what it's probably in, like, the 40s. Which 40s don't feel bad when you just had, you know, we had weather in the mid-teens. So going from 15, 16 degrees to 40, it makes 40 feel like 70. This is usually a fire bait right here. The Pulsar Chartreuse with the orange core. Keith. Hey Keith, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a good one. Hope everybody's having a good one. And if you're not having a good one, tomorrow's another day. Things will get better. Nope, Dirty 30. I've only been at it for 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm not gonna be out here long. I would like to catch a couple to take home. I went to get fish. It wasn't Friday. What's today? Wednesday? I think it was like Monday. I went to the fish market to get fish, and there was a real big line. So, but in the fish market, there's a couple other restaurants too. A place called Tito's Sloppy Dogs. They sell like French fries, Sloppy Joes, hot dogs. Then there's another place called Michelle's or Michael's Beef House. Well, the line was too long for fish, right? And I got me and my boy with me. And the fish line was too long, so I go to this Michael's or Michelle's Beef House. There's no prices on the menu. I say, let me get 2 roast beef sandwiches. And I say, you got any French fries? She says, no, just potato chips. I said, all right, let me get 2 roast beef sandwiches. And she says, $27. I said, $27? Everybody's staring at me at this point. I said, $27 again? I was like, for what? She's like, each sandwich is like 13 something. I said, for a roast beef? I said, all right. And like I said, I got my kid with me. I said, let me just get one. You know, at this point, I made my mind up. We're just going to split this roast beef. And I'll feed him when we get home, you know. cook something when we get home. I get this roast beef. She hands me the bag, and there's napkins and barbecue sauce in this bag, and it feels like it's empty. And it's got the sandwich in it. And I'm thinking $13 roast beef sandwich, and if it's this, you know, $13, I'm thinking it's gonna be like a Subway hoagie, like a big old roast beef, you know. It's like an Arby's size roast beef for $13.50. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. $27 for 2 roast beef. But anyways, I was intending to get some fish, but the line was too long, so I didn't get any fish. So I've been craving some fresh fish. So I'm hoping to get a couple here today. Where you live? I'm in Ohio, Omar, but there's Ohio and there's West Virginia. I'm right in the tri-state area: Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. If I don't get nothing on this, I'm gonna put a Berkeley flicker shad. I've been having good luck with them flicker shads. We got TE in the house. Welcome in. I don't know what you're saying, TE. If you know English, type it in English, man. Or shoot, yeah, it looks like a dude from the picture. Yeah, English. And if not, you're welcome to hang out and watch me try to catch a fish. Yeah, we're small town USA here. We don't know any other languages. As much Spanish as I know is probably like C for yes. And that's about it. So whatever language you're typing in, that's the thing, I don't even know what kind of language that is. So definitely can't understand it when I don't even know what kind it is. Small town USA. Our high school, we had a French class, Spanish class, but no one took it serious. Everybody took it as a joke. We got one, y'all. We hooked up. Oh, it come off. I bet you he bit my tail off. Let's see. Nope. I thought it stretched. You can see how skinny it is. He was stretching it. Black Wolf telling everybody smash that thumbs up. Yeah, double tap that screen. It's been nice today. Just been at the house with the kids, relaxing. Yep, same here. My kid just left, 2 o'clock. Went to his mom's house. And it kind of sucks because my family has a Christmas party tonight at the boat club. I call it a boat club. Technically, it's a yacht club. But technically, it's a boat club. There's no yachts there, so... But when I call it a boat club, I get ugly looks from people. But the way I see it, if there's no vessels over 30 feet, it's not a yacht club. There used to be yachts there, not even back in the day, like shoot, 12 years ago. Bunch of yachts, houseboats, yachts, all kind of stuff. Now, everybody's, people don't boat like they used to. Not around here. Boating used to be big. You'd come in the summer, there'd be 30, 40, as far as your eye could see, boats everywhere. People water tubing, skiing. I'm gonna scoot down. This dude just left. I'm gonna reel in real quick and scoot down because it's real shallow here. Cause see them rocks? This one dude's probably gonna be mad because he's walking down here to probably get into this spot. I'm actually probably gonna be leaving this spot because he's gonna be right next to me. And I don't like talking and being loud because some people like to fish and relax, you know, and be quiet. So I try not to be super loud with people. when people are around, you know, just being courteous. I like to use my 9-foot rod to get out near that white water, but today we're rocking the, what is it, 7? I think it's 7 foot. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's 7 foot. Ugly stick carbon. It's a very sensitive rod. Even I don't even have braid on this, and you can feel every single little thing on bottom. So far we had one bite, one fish actually, and it got off. But like I said, I got a bad habit of talking and not actually fishing. I'll do 100 casts and not even be fishing. I'll be casting and retrieving, but not actually fishing the bottom and, you know, staying in contact with the structure in the strike zone, as they call it. How's the audio? I don't have my mics today. There's mad whitewater. There's waves crashing behind me, and I'm talking fairly quiet because, like I said, there's people right next to me. Izzy Reels, I seen you in Shannon's chat. Wasn't that you, Izzy Reels? Izzy says I have to drive 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm 5 minutes from here. I mean, I live on the river. My house is like, you know, I mean, my house ain't on the river, but I can see the river and hear the river from my house. I lay in bed at night and listen to the barges going up and down the river thinking, man, I wish I was fishing. Wishing I was fishing. That's actually my TikTok channel name, but I don't do no live streaming on TikTok. I don't even have enough followers. I don't really do. I just created the TikTok, I think, last winter just so I could watch people fish, but I never put any videos. But that channel name for TikTok, wishing I was fishing. I was sitting home last winter and 10-degree weather, freezing cold out, and I was fooling around with TikTok, watching people fish, and created a channel or a name, and I was trying to think of a name, and I thought, wishing I was fishing. And that's what it is. I thought about making some videos so I could get enough followers to go live on there, but I don't know. I don't like, it's so different, the TikTok and the YouTube. The TikTok's just so full of like fake, like, I don't know, more like, I wouldn't even say, well, there's plenty of fake. Some of them want to be gangsters on there, crack me up. The tattoo face dudes think they're all G. Oh man, that's hilarious. Acting tough, bad mouthing one another, arguing who got more tattoos on their face than, you know, straight punks. But it's funny to watch. I swipe, and sometimes I land on them tattoo face dudes and watch it to get some comical relief in my life. Like, there's some of them, I don't even know their names, but they got funny hair and all tattoo faced up, and they think they're so tough. And I'm thinking, my 11-year-old would beat you down straight up. He did Taekwondo for like 3 years. So when I say my 11-year-old can beat them tattoo face dudes up on TikTok, I'm not even joking. No caps, as they say. No caps. No lies. No, but seriously though, my kid could beat them tattooed face people up. I mean, I'm sure some of the tattooed TikTok people are tough, but most of them, you can just tell straight up, instantly, that they're just straight busters, fake as it gets, you know. Probably never been in a real fight in their life. But like I said, if you've never watched them tattoo face TikTok people, it's funny. If you want something to laugh at, like genuinely laugh, like cheeks hurting, because it's stuff so funny, well, check them out. I don't even know what they do. They just like get on there and like just talk crap to one another. Some of them rap. You know how they like rap with the comments, rap with whatever people's typing in chat. Some of them do that, but then some of them just absolutely do nothing. other than talk crap to one another. Oh, I just cast it over that log. I'm probably gonna get snagged on it. My line's straight over that log. Audio's fine. That's surprising because that water is out there ripping. Yeah, I'm over that line. I could feel it pulling my pole. I'm probably gonna be snagged up right here. I can feel it pulling my pole away from me. I'm going real slow trying to get off. Am I over it? Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, we're off of it. We're off of it, y'all. 26 people in that stream. No, double tap that screen. I ain't been live in forever. Not really. It's been like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. It feels like it's been a month. Because for a minute there, I was going live like 2-3 times a week. But Christmas got near and I had to get serious with work. I still got to get serious with work. But there's another log. Man, they're coming in. They changed the gates. The river flows that way, but this stuff's all coming this way. Skipjack Cindy's in the house. Merry Christmas, Cindy and Travis. But yeah, I've been having to get... That's a good piece of... That would be a good piece of driftwood for mounting a fish on. I might need me a piece. I got me a striper that's at the taxidermy. And the piece of wood he showed me, I thought it looked too small and didn't look right. Yeah, I caught a 38-inch striped bass, and it didn't live. I spent 4.5 hours trying to revive this fish. I caught the fish at 1, like 12-something, close to 1, and I didn't leave the lake till 4:45, and I spent from 1 o'clock to 4:45 trying to revive this fish. I let it go 3 times, and the second time I let it go, it kicked its tail once and then went upside down. And when it kicked its tail, I like let it go, and the trolling motor was moving. So when it went upside down and it disappeared in the darkness, I went back with a flashlight shining and looking for this fish for like 40 minutes, looking for it, and I finally found it. Then I put it in the net and held it in the water for another hour, turned the trolling motor on, and went like 1 mile an hour, rushing water through its gills, trying to revive this striper. It just was nothing. Now that it was said and done, I'm convinced that fish was dead before I even brought it into the boat. Because before I even brought the striper into the boat, I kept it in the net for 10 minutes. It's even on my live stream. I kept this fish in the water, in the net for 10 minutes, reviving it before I ever even lifted it out of the water. So I'm convinced this striper, you know, exhausted and killed itself before I ever even put hands on it. But I spent over 4 hours trying to revive it, and it wasn't happening. So I wasn't going to let a fish 38-inch striper be turtle food. So I took it home and dropped it off at the taxidermy the next day. Not what I wanted to do. It was a horrible, horrible feeling. I might even got shedded a tear, honestly, because it was such a beautiful specimen. And that fish probably lived for 20 years, and then I come along and catch it and end its life. But the very least, like I said, I wasn't going to just let it die for... I mean, it died for nothing, but at least it'll be on my wall for many, many years to come, and maybe my kid will have it one day and it'd be his fish hanging on his wall. And it will look nice up next to my walleye. My walleye I have on the wall, mounted. Next time I catch a striper, though, I'm not even going to take it out of the water. Like, I'm going to take pictures of it in the net or in the water. I don't even need pictures. Like, I'm going to try my hardest not to kill a striper ever again in my life. But Yeah, I was real bummed that it didn't live, especially all the time I spent trying to revive it. Yeah, I knew, Cindy. I knew that before. I knew they're hard to keep alive going it before I even, got the fish in the boat. That's why I kept it in the net for 10 minutes in the water before I even brought the fish into the boat. Gave it 10 minutes to rebreathe. Its gills were pumping. It was doing good. Then I brought it in, weighed it, measured it, took pictures, put it back in the water. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that fish was a goner before I even ever put hands on it. Because it fought. First off, I thought the striper was a catfish. And it come running at the boat full speed like a freight train. And I'm like, this is the PB, biggest catfish of my life coming at me. And, well, when catfishes get to your boat, they stop at the boat. This fish went past the boat. Went out past the boat about 40 yards. Wrapped around the trolling motor. Hey, how you doing? Snagged up? Wrapped around the trolling motor. And the trolling motor shaft's rocking back and forth like this. And I'm like, there's no way I'm like thinking, there's no way I'm going to land this fish. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. I'm thinking there's no way I'm going to land this fish. I'm sitting there looking at the trolling motor rocking back and forth because the line's wrapped around it. Because when the fish came running at the boat, say I'm the boat, catfish is coming at me, catfish would stop and you reeled it up and net it. This fish just went past the boat 40 yards, wrapped around the trolling motor. The head of the trolling motor's freaking rocking, looks like it's about to break. I'm like, this fish, at that point I accepted this fish is gonna be I'm not gonna see it. It's gone. Somehow I got it unwrapped from the trolling motor, got it netted, got it in the boat, and I was by myself too. And the wild part is, it was like 1 in the morning and there was only like 3 people in live watching. Like no one seen it. Like no one got to see it. Like this is like the best freaking fight of my life. Once in a lifetime deal for me. This ain't like the James River, the Tennessee. We don't have 50-inch stripers. I mean, if we do, they're not getting caught regularly. But it was 38 inches, so, that's a fish of a lifetime for around here and for me. But yeah, 1 in the morning on live stream and no one got to see it. I was a little bummed about that. Like, I wanted to share that. That experience was so amazing, once in a lifetime, like I said. And I didn't get to share it with no one. It's at the taxidermy still. I'm surprised the guy didn't call me. He acted like it was going to be like a month tops and he'd have it done. But I'm in no hurry because Christmas, I was broke going into Christmas. Now that Christmas is come and gone, I'm really broke. So I actually don't want the guy to call me and say, hey, your fish is done. One thing is I paid half the price, which is good. He didn't want me to pay anything till it was done. I said, nah, I don't want to owe one lump sum right around Christmas time. I said, let me pay half. Give me a receipt. I'll pay half the price. So I only have to pay half when I pick the striper up. So that's one good thing, you know what I mean? Another good thing is the guy didn't charge much money. Most people have a set price. Most people charge like $15 to $20 an inch for a fish to be stuffed. And most people don't care what kind of fish it is. It don't matter if it's a trout, a bluegill, a bass, a striper, a sturgeon, a muskie. Whatever they charge per inch is what they charge. Well, this dude, he's like, oh, I charge less for stripers. He's like, stripers are such a big fish, it's not right to charge the same money for, say, a skinny, narrow muskie or a skinny trout. He said it's just such a different kind of fish. And he said he said they're such big fish, he said no one would ever use his services to get a striper, mounted, because the cost would be so high if he charged $20 an inch. He didn't charge 20 an inch. I think he charged like 14 an inch. But the striper, he only charged 7 an inch. So that's crazy. $7 an inch to get a fish freaking taxidermied. But I never used this dude before, so I can't say how good it's gonna be. I did see his work that he had in his shop, and it looked amazing. When I caught the fish, first thing I did the very next morning is I called my guy that did my walleye. His name was Carl Worm in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. His wife answered. I felt bad. I didn't know, but I called, you know, all excited, wanting to talk to Carl to get my fish stuffed, see when he could do it. And his wife's like, oh, he passed away. I said, oh, you know, when did that happen? Oh, like a year ago. I had no clue. I bet you no one's called asking for a fish stuffed in a year. And here I am. I felt like a fool. I felt more bad than anything. You know, she might have been on with her life and not thought about her husband passing for a few weeks or a few months, and here I am, you know, bringing it all up. But anyways, I found a new dude, so we'll see how he does. I almost was gonna, if I couldn't find anyone to, if I couldn't find an affordable price, I was gonna give it a go and try to mount it myself. Because I've seen it. I mean, I've hung out with people who taxidermied and stuff. I mean, I've seen how they, you know, fillet it. Well, not fillet it, but skin it. Soak the skin in the solution so you can work it. And just stretch it over a piece of foam, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it wouldn't have been the greatest looking fish, but I was confident enough that I could... I did it and had it looking presentable, and I kind of was anxious to do it myself. I was kind of anxious to try to mount this fish myself anyways, if I couldn't find anyone to do it affordable, just to see how I could do. But I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, it's a 38-inch striper, and it's gonna look amazing if it's done right. And anyone who just came in here who didn't catch the beginning of the story, I tried to keep this fish alive for 4 hours. I did not want to keep it, did not want to kill it. But it fought itself so hard and exhausted itself to the point of no recovery. I spent 4 hours trying to revive that fish. But anyways, dude that normally does them for me passed away. I got a new dude. We'll see how it goes. I'll make a short or a little video of it when I get it back so y'all can see what it looks like. Alright, let's try to catch a fish and quit talking so much. Oh yeah, replica is definitely more glacier shark. See, I think I could do replica too, because like I paint, you know what I mean? I've airbrushed. I've done flames on lawnmowers and hoods of cars and motorcycle tanks, and, you know, the ghost flames and the triple layer paints, you know, like the candy coats they call it, or color changing paints. And you buy the foam, like for a replica, you buy the fish already. Like if you wanted to stuff a catfish, you buy the foam, the cutout. It arrives at your doorstep, the shape of a catfish. All you have to do is shave it and fine tune it to match your fish. But yeah, I don't know. I might try it sometime. I ain't gonna do it on no big fish. I'll try it on like, you know, just a little like 15-inch channel cat or something. You know what I mean? Especially the replicas. If I'm gonna keep the channel cat to eat, I mean, I'd like to try both actually, because if you're gonna eat the fish, you already have the skin. You would just fillet it. You would just have to fillet it differently than the way you would if you were just gonna fillet it and eat it. You know what I mean? You'd have to, basically, you'd want to skin it first. Skin it first, make the skin the priority, then get your meat off. That dude didn't stay long. Oh, he's up there. I'm surprised he could get up there. That dude's like... I'm always tempted, or I'm always cautious to say what I'm gonna say, because I never know who's gonna watch my live like after the fact, because there are people up here and around here that know that I do YouTube, and like I don't ever want to say something that someone's gonna see or watch and be, you know, I don't want to offend no one, especially if they never did nothing to me. Oh, I almost got snagged on that wood. Travis just picked up a squirrel to use as bait. Tony did that. Did y'all see Tony's live stream? Double tap that screen if you haven't yet. I done said 10 times I need to quit talking and get serious about fishing. Because when I talk, I just reel like this. I don't let it touch bottom. I don't pay attention to what's going on bottom. I just reel and I talk. And when the bait gets back to me, I cast and I do it again. And that's why I say I'm fishing, but I'm not fishing. It looks like I'm fishing, but I'm not. I'm talking and casting. I'm almost positive I could catch a fish if I tried. We're gonna do 3 casts of me trying to actually catch a fish, all right? Let's see if I can get one. I'll probably get snagged, just a heads up, because for walleye and sauger, you got to be in the strike zone, which is like this far off bottom. And there's so many snags in this river. But I'll probably get snagged more than anything. But we'll do 3 for real casts. Let me stop talking right now. That current's heavier than I thought. I'm waiting for my bait to sink the bottom, and I'm not even feeling it hit bottom. I feel it hit bottom when it's close to the pier, because it's shallow here and there's not much current. I got some hand-tied flies with me. I said if this chartreuse pulsar chartreuse with the orange core didn't work, I was gonna put a flicker shad on there, because they haven't been working for me. But I got some hand-tied jigs. I almost want to try them, but I think the heaviest I have is 1/8 of an ounce, and that ain't gonna cut it in here. I could tie 2 1/8 ounces on, but even a 1/4 ounce really ain't enough. Not in this water. Look at that swirl. Man, that water's strong. Got 23 people and only 15 thumbs up. Where's y'all's Christmas spirit? Come on, double tap that screen. Double tap that screen there. There, screen there. Man, that water's moving quick. Look at that. Well, y'all can't see it, but that log's freaking trucking. It looks like it's got a propeller on it. All right, we're on our 2nd cast of for real fishing. Yeah, my jig's not heavy enough. I stop reeling for like 10 seconds and I still don't touch bottom. I can't believe no one's here. Like, I was not even gonna come because I'm like, I had my son all week for the first week of Christmas break. So I kind of, once he went to his mom's, I was like, we could fish for like an hour. But I thought, everyone's off work. It's 50 degrees in December. This place is going to be packed, elbow to elbow. There's not a soul here, which is crazy. Because I remember fishing this place previously on Christmas, and it was packed. And it was cold. Cold. Like 20 degrees. And it was packed. Well, it's like almost 50 degrees today, and no one's here. That's usually not a good sign when it's nice weather. All right, let's quit talking. This is our third cast. I said I think we could catch a fish on 3 tries. 3 serious casts. Hey, Heather. See, I don't even think I'm on bottom. I'm not reeling. And I think the current is keeping my bait fluttering and keeping it up. This is golden hour though, you know, right before sunset. This is prime time. Hey, y'all remember that brown and white bird I always was amazed by? I said I never seen a bird that color. What kind is it? Someone said something before what it was. Shoot, I can't remember. But it was a brown and white. It looked like it wasn't a duck. Anyways, it's dead. It's laying. I ain't gonna get close to it because that's sad. But where's it at? Oh yeah, right next to that rock, right there, right in the center of the screen. That brown and white bird, the one that tried to steal my walleye like a month ago. I had on the stringer, and I always was like, "What kind of bird is that?" It's so weird. One, it's weird because it's always by itself. Usually birds are, you know, in twos, and I never seen one that color, and I didn't even know what kind it was. Well, it's over there dead. Like, it's very concerning. Because last month, there was a river otter down on the bank, dead. Don't know why it died. And then I also seen several sauger and walleye down there on the rocks, dead. Like, you know? It has been warmer this winter than I've ever seen, but that shouldn't make freaking animals and fish and mammals die. You know what I mean? I almost wish I had the money and was rich. Well, you don't have to be rich, but I wish I had the money to take one of them animals that raises concerns and have it tested to find out why it died. I stopped feeding my kid because we eat fish out of this river, and since I seen them dead animals this year, I haven't let him eat a single fish out of here. He wants fish. We go to the lake and catch them. I mean, I've still been eating them out of here just because I always have, but well, I shouldn't say I always have. I started eating fish out of the High River 5 years ago. I always thought it was not possible. Like, you know, I always grew up hearing how dirty the river was. You couldn't eat fish. I grew up hearing, and everyone heard the same thing, that you can eat 1 fish a year. 1 catfish a year safely and live and not grow extra toes. Well, it's 1 fish a month. But I grew up hearing 1 fish a year. But I was up here fishing like 5 years ago, 5 years ago, and I'd see dudes with walleyes, with stringers, walking out of here, carrying a whole stringer full of walleyes, old timers. I'm like, what are you doing with them fish? Put them in your garden? Fertilizer? What? They looked at me like I had 3 heads. They said, what? You better not put these in a garden. I said, what do you do with them? They looked at me like I was stupid. They said, we eat them. And this was the first guy I talked to, right? He's like, I said, eat them? He said, yeah, what's the matter with you? You eat walleye. This ain't no carp. I said, I know that, but I always heard you can't eat fish. He said, I've been eating fish out of here my whole life. And these dudes are like 70, 80 years old. I'm like, well, shoot. If they're living to be 70 and 80, and the Ohio River was way more contaminated back in the day than it is. The river's cleaner now than it's ever been. And that goes for most rivers in America. But, you know, if they were eating them out of the... Dude, you know, when the rivers was at its worst and they're still alive and healthy, it made me think. So I read up on it and got to reading and learned that you actually can eat the fish out of here. And every state has a fish consumption advisory guide. And it tells you every species, every body of water in the whole state. And most states have, Ohio has it, but almost every state has a fish consumption advisory guide. It lists every body of water in your state, and it tells you every species, and it tells you how much fish you can safely eat. You know, because of the forever chemicals and the PCBs and the mercury and stuff. But yeah, it lists every fish, every species, how much you can eat. Like the lakes around here, it says you can eat them every 2 weeks safely. But the rivers, 1 a month. But every body of water is different. But yeah, I still eat them out of here. But since I seen them dead animals around, which, especially the otter, like a dead fish is one thing, but seeing a dead mammal, you know, I definitely don't let my kid eat them out of here since I seen that. Not until I get answers and know why I'm seeing these dead animals. I mean, it could just be coincidence, old age, but I don't know, man. I mean, I only seen 2 mammals. I seen an otter and some kind of like bird thing, like a duck. I don't know. It ain't a duck. But yeah, seeing those bigger animals dead, that's concerning. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. And if you didn't, just tell yourself New Year's is coming. And, you know, whole new start. Whole new start. If you've been having a bad month or bad year, just get yourself a new outlook. Just tell yourself things will get better. And as they say, fake it till you make it. You can apply that to most things in life. Fake it till you make it. I had a marriage counselor tell me that once. Fake it till you make it. I'm like, what? If you don't like someone, you don't like someone. What do you mean fake it till you make it? Talking about trying to make things work out and just, that eventually, you know, 2 people will see eye to eye and start getting along. You know, act like you like one another. So is what she said. But, and you want to know what? I'm talking about marriage counseling, and guess what? I never been married. I bet you I'm the only man in the world who's never been married, but I sure been to marriage counseling. Talk about some bull talky. Never been married, but I've been to marriage counseling. And I know it sounds crazy, but there's reasoning behind that. The reasoning behind that is I was so dead set on having a family, you know, a family that's together, the opposite of what I had growing up. You know, I wanted that, what you see on TV, you know, living like the Joneses, the white picket fence, the dog, the kids, the wife. But, so I was like, you know, I had a kid and I was like trying to cling to that desperately to make it work. Like, you know, I swallowed my pride, tucked my tail, dealt with a whole bunch of stuff I would never normally deal with just for the sake of staying together. So that's how I ended up in some marriage counseling, never being married. But it didn't work. But I was willing to try anything, you know what I'm saying? But once I got past it and it ended and we split, I never felt better, you know what I mean? Never felt better. I realized how fool I was trying to make something work that just wasn't meant to be, you know what I mean? So there's some words of wisdom for anybody. If you're in a toxic relationship and whatever you tell yourself to justify staying in that relationship Just get out. Get out and hit that reset button. Let me tell you. Because most people, like, I didn't realize, this is years ago. This is like probably 5 years now. We ain't been together. But I didn't realize at the time how miserable I was. You know, like, I faked a smile for my son. You know, I didn't want him to know I wasn't happy. So when he was around, it was instant smile. You know what I mean? But once we split up, that's when I you know, when she was gone out of my life, that's when I realized how miserable I was. Like, truly, like, man, I don't see how I survived. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. Like, I know people say, like, oh, that person leaving out of my life is the best thing that could have ever happened. But in this situation, you know, like, I instantly became happy. Like, as soon as it was officially over, like, I was so, oh man, you know, it was like a weight was lifted off me. And I truly started living my life for me. You know what I mean? Me and my kid. Truly learned how to be happy. Understood what it took to be happy. You know what I mean? And anyone is chasing that dream or that happiness, I can tell you, it doesn't come from material things. It comes from inside, with you looking in the mirror and being able to give a genuine smile. Ask me how I know. We had a bite, but that's it, just a bite. But hey, it's all right. Like I said, I ain't got to fish that much. And I'm happy just to be out here and chatting with y'all. I almost forgot I gotta look at that knot. I've been meaning to put new line on this pole forever. What's my battery on? 50? How's it on 50%? My battery was half dead when I got here, and somehow it's still on 50%. I got a Christmas party I'm supposed to be at 6 o'clock. I still need to go home and shower and shave. The Christmas party's only right around that river bend. There's, like, see that light down there? Actually, right where that red blinking light is where the Christmas party is at the yacht club. I almost took my boat to the Christmas party. I thought real hard about taking my boat out tonight and going to this Christmas party for a couple hours and then fishing the rest of the night. I was gonna fish today, drag baits to the boat club, to the Christmas party, leave lines casted out into the river channel while I'm at this Christmas party, attend it for a couple hours to make people happy, and then go back to fishing. But I didn't do that for one reason. My mom, I didn't want her, she always worries about me being on the river, especially by myself, which you can't blame her. But all the experience I have, I try to put her ease at mind and tell her, you know, I've been, you know, operating watercraft and vessel for almost 20 years now. You know, I try to not let myself get in any hairy situations, like, but not saying I'm not above an accident happening, because when stuff goes wrong, it go wrong quick. Like, you don't have time, like, you know what I mean? But anyways, I knew my mom wouldn't be able to enjoy herself at this Christmas party if she knew I was out on the river. So that's why I didn't go with my plans of dragging baits to the marina, going to the Christmas party for a bit, and then continue fishing. I knew that she'd be worrying like crazy, and I didn't feel like that's right of me to, you know, she should be able to have a good time, especially as hard as she works and as much as she works. She should be able to have a good time and enjoy yourself, not be worrying about me out on the river on a boat at midnight. That's why usually when I go fishing, I mean, I know it's a bad habit. You should always tell people where you're going, but I usually don't even tell people, just so no one has to worry, you know. I know I've been ignoring chat. Apologies, and anyone that came in, I know I only said hi to a couple people. Everyone that I missed, apologies. I'm just out here fishing, you know. I wasn't even gonna go live. I've been up here so many times these past 2 months and didn't go live, and I intended to. Like, that's the crazy part. I bring my mount for my camera, bring my microphones, and I'm going live. You know, we're gonna go live. That's the plan. And I get here, I start casting, I just start fishing, and I don't go live. Sometimes you just got to do that, you know what I mean? Put that camera down and fish. And it's very hard for me to do that because I'm trying to get my watch hours up. And come February, my watch hours are going to start dropping off because it's been a year. So at the same time I'm gaining watch hours, I'm going to be losing watch hours. So it's been very hard for me not to go live like every time I'm fishing. But at the same time, you got to find a peace of mind any way you can. And if that means fishing and not going live once in a while, well, you know, that's what I got to do. And I don't plan on doing that a bunch in the future. I think it's just because this time of year, the holidays and stuff being, you know, just like my kid's birthday's 2 days before Christmas. Then you got Christmas, and it's just too much. And when you throw money into the mix, that's all it takes to stress a brother out, you know. All right, I've been casting the same spot. Let's cast this way. See if anything different changes. See if anything different. Man, I'm leaning up against this rail, and let me tell you, I'm so cold, my core, because I'm leaning right at like my stomach level on this cold metal railing. It's chilling me from the inside out. Chilling me from the inside out. Anybody watching Catfish Dave videos lately, past couple months? You know, I'm not even using microphone now. I'm just using my iPhone. But I've been thinking about getting new microphones since day one, because I bought the cheapest mics I could find on Amazon, and that's what I've been using. But I've been thinking about getting better mics, and I come across the DJI mics. They got the bigger ones, the DJI Mic 2s. They're like, I don't know, like 1 inch by like 2 inch, like a little rectangle box. And then they also make the DJI Minis, which are like little 1 by 1 inch. And the DJI Minis are Bluetooth compatible. You don't even need a receiver plugged into your phone. You can just connect straight Bluetooth. I did hear the video quality lacks a little, but I don't think it would be a problem for live streaming. Now, making videos, it might be a problem, but live streaming, it's not like you need 100% perfect audio. It's not like an edited video. But anyways, back to what I was saying, Catfish Dave, I've been eyeing up. I finally settled on the DJI mics. Just wasn't sure if I was going to get the big DJI Mic 2 or the little DJI Minis. I finally settled on a brand. Just was about to make a decision on the minis or the full-size ones, and then here comes Catfish Dave going on and on about his mic problems, and I feel his pain, because I even noticed it when his DJI mic died. He bought these other Boohoo mics. I seen them on Amazon. I actually almost bought them ones because they're like half the price of the DJIs. And when he started using them Booyah mics, it does the same exact thing my cheap Amazon mics do. When you get real loud, at the top, like at the high of the spectrum or the frequency, you know, when there's a real loud noise, it gets real distorted. It sounds like a speaker in an old 90s Ford truck that's blown out, you know, when you turn the radio up full blast, and it just, you know, that vibration. That's what my mics were sounding like. Well, Catfish Dave's replacement mics was doing the same thing. And then he starts saying the reason he switched mics is because he's having all these troubles with the DJI mic. And then I watch another video of him, and he's going on about the DJI mics being so horrible. And I'm like, man, I was just about to pull the trigger on one and get me a DJI mic. Like, I've been looking at them for like 6 months, trying to decide which brand, reading about them, comparing them one versus the other. And right when I'm like this close from making the decision on what mic to buy for YouTube, he starts complaining and saying how he has all these problems with his DJI mic. So now I don't know. You know what I mean? The only one thing is, though, he did say in one video, Catfish Dave, I heard him say, he said, I only had these mics for a year. And I'm thinking, well, a year, a Catfish, you know, Catfish Dave, it's dog years. A year, a Catfish Dave year is like a dog year, you know, like 7 years. Because think how much he fishes. Think how much time he spends on the water. So yeah, it might only been a year he been using them DJI mics, but a normal person, he probably used those mics more in a year than an average person would use in 5 years or even 10 years. And think how many times he's been out in that rain, getting rained on, getting caught in storms, and in the freezing cold, and the extreme heat, and getting wet. So like, I still might get the DJI mic, even though Catfish Dave says they're horrible and he's had nothing but problems, because I can justify it by saying he said he got a year out of them, and that's like dog years, 7 years, you know, because as much as he uses them in the environments and the extremes that he puts them through. So if I get them and take care of them and don't let them get wet and stuff, like, maybe they'll last more than a year, you know what I mean? The only thing I can't decide on is the DJI Mini or the full-size one. Now, the full-size DJI mic, you can't connect Bluetooth to your phone. You have to use the receiver that plugs into your charging port. So you can't charge your phone and use the receiver at the same time. Now, there's a couple ways around it. You could get a USB, like a Y, or a splitter, like a USB Type-C splitter, to where you could have the DJI receiver plugged into your phone and have a charging cable plugged in. But I would think that might make some audio, some distortion, you know, having a charging cable running spliced into your mic, you know what I mean? Having your mic receiver and a power charging cable going off the same Y splitter, that would probably cause some feedback noise. I don't know. But the DJI Mini, you can connect it straight to your phone, Bluetooth. But it's a Mini, and it's cheaper, and the quality ain't there. So, I don't know. But I did have my mind all made up until he started making videos saying how much problems he's been having with the DJI mics. But there's really not many choices, honestly. There's DJI or GoPro, which I haven't even really seen any GoPro mics. Like, I Google GoPro mic, and the only thing that comes up is like GoPro cameras and stuff. I wanted to get an American company, like, because DJI is 100% China. I mean, they market it nice and package it nice and make it look all fancy, but that's 100% Chinese owned. And I wanted to get a mic and camera that's from an American company, but I don't even think that's possible. Or it don't even have to be an American company. That's just not China company. You know what I mean? they're actually, government currently is trying to ban DJI drones in the United States, because since it's a Chinese-owned company, they say that they have the capabilities and the means. Because, you know, think how many people have DJI drones and they're flying them in the United States over all these areas. You know, people's flying them over sensitive areas. So the United States says, hey, it's a Chinese company. They could possibly use that data to do their own spying, but to have Americans would be doing it for them. But people, like professionals in the industry, studied these DJI drones, and I'm not talking the drones that are up in the sky now. I have no clue what's going on with any of that. I'm just talking about DJI brand. But professionals studied the DJI stuff, and said that there's no backdoors, there's no data burst being sent out. China is not stealing the data, the aerial footage. But the United States government is still trying to get the DJI drones, you know, banned or blocked. I don't know if they're trying to block the sales of them in the United States, or if they're just trying to block the flight plan, like, because the FAA is who oversees it, you know, anything that's, you know, drone. There's something, a drone and something else. All like, all light shows, like laser shows, light shows. FAA oversees that, and they also oversee any drones in the air. I don't know if they're trying to get just it banned to where you're not allowed to fly them, or if they're trying to get them banned to where you can't even buy them. Feel a couple raindrops. Couple raindrops. Yeah, I gotta, yeah, I can't stay out long because I got a Christmas party I gotta go to. You know, I try to live my life like, you know, best as I possibly can. But there's a lot of things in my life that I don't want to say I'm not happy about, but I don't even, like how I just now said I gotta go to this Christmas party. Like, I wish I lived in a way to where I said, I want to go to this Christmas party. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that how I said it, it's how I feel. I gotta go to this Christmas party. Like, and it's not just Christmas parties, it's just things in life in general. I kind of just wish that I lived differently to where I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and anyone in their right mind should want to go to a Christmas party, you know? But I don't know what I could do in my life or what changes I could make to where my mentality or mindset could change to where I want to do things versus feeling like I have to do them, you know what I mean? And the reason I say that is like when you feel that way, it's kind of hard not to be stressed about stuff, you know what I mean? Y'all can't see it, but there's so many logs out there just coming, trying not to get snagged on them. I wanted to get one good fish to take home. You know, let's change baits, because I do got to get going home soon. I should have changed baits. How long we been live? 69 minutes. Yeah, let's change baits. We'll do 30 or 40 casts, and then I'm gonna call it, because I do got to get home. I said I wanted to go and shave, and got to shave and shower. I'm probably not even gonna do that. Well, I don't know. I'll shower. I don't know if I'm gonna shave and stuff. And I'm bald-headed, so shaving also consists of shaving my dome, not just my face. So it's a process. Yeah, we're gonna use this flicker shad, y'all. See, ouch, dang, that hook's sharp. People complain about these hooks on the Berkeley flicker shads. They change them. All I know is they're dang sharp. When I get these things, I actually look forward to using them and getting them Dalsum. Because when they're brand new, oh, those things are so sharp. Like, you can't even touch them like a little bit without getting stabbed. I don't have any of my fishing stuff with me. I usually have a fishing vest on that has all my stuff in it. But, I'm bare bones in it today. Ouch! See what I mean? That hook got me good. Yeah, I'm bare bones in it. I grabbed some fingernail clippers, threw a couple little things in this bag. Why'd I put them fingernail clippers away? Like I don't need them for this, you know? Well, guess I don't. Yeah, we'll do about 30 or 40 casts with this flicker shad, and if we don't catch nothing, we will roll out. I mean, we're rolling out either way. Like I said, I got places I gotta go, and I got that pup at home. I went live earlier for about 20 minutes to show that new dog. Our Great Danes passed away in September. And I've been telling my son, we'll get another dog, and it's been 4 months. And I had to tell myself, remember how long 4 months felt like when you were a kid? 4 months probably felt like 4 years for him. You know, I tell myself it's only been 4 months, and then I think how he feels. It's probably been, you know, it felt like 4 years. And he was convinced he was getting a dog for Christmas or his birthday. So if he didn't get one for Christmas or birthday, I told myself that his Christmas would be ruined. Which, I mean, it wouldn't have been ruined. He would have still got stuff, but he was just like convinced. Because I kept telling him, we're going to get one, we're going to get one, we're going to get one. And I even told him, I said, it's hard to time out. Because I said, I don't want no dog that's old. That's like, even 6 months old is too old. You know, I don't want a dog that's set in its ways, and I want one that's, you know, 8 weeks, 9 weeks young. I said it's hard to time out getting a dog exactly at Christmas time. You know, they got to stay with their mother and drink the milk, and I don't want an old dog, and it's hard to time out getting ones at Christmas that's ready to find dogs that's ready to come home at Christmas. Well, I got very lucky and found out it timed out perfect. The dog turned 8 weeks old 2 days before Christmas. So it worked out perfect. Like, it was so good, too good to be true. I was even convinced that I wasn't even going to get this dog, like something was going to go wrong. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to go 2 days before Christmas and pick this dog up. Like, someone's going to buy it. The mother's gonna kill the dog on accident or purpose, or someone's gonna step on it or shut it in the door on accident. Like, something's gonna go wrong. This is too good to be true, but it worked out. I got the dog, you know. So we got a little wolf pup at home now. It's very weird not having a Great Dane. I've always had Great Danes my whole life. I've had like 13 or 14 Great Danes throughout my whole life. I had 4 Great Danes as an adult and like 8 or 9 Great Danes as a kid growing up. And every time a Great Dane passes away, I say, that's it. I'm not getting another Great Dane. They don't live too long. It sucks when they pass away. We're not getting another Great Dane. Guess what? I end up with a Great Dane every time. Every time. But this time I actually stuck to my guns and didn't get a Great Dane. It saddens me though, you know, having a Great Dane in your life, your whole life, I mean, shoot, far back as I can remember as a kid. Even talking about it makes me sad. But I mean, I'm gonna get another Great Dane. I've been wanting to get a house in the country with some land. So, you know, if we get a spot in the country, we'll definitely get some couple Great Danes again. But yeah, with this pup at home, I can't stay. Even if I didn't have a Christmas party to go to, I can't stay out too long anyways, because I can't leave that dog alone. Because that's how you end up with a bad dog, leaving them home. Like, I actually, like, the dude that found this dog for me, he got one too. And he brought it home when the dog was 6 weeks old. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, they're still drinking milk from their mother. I said, they get immunity and stuff from their mother's milk. Why would you want to bring them home? Just because they let you bring the dog home at 6 weeks don't mean you should. And then a week later, he's like, oh, you want me to get your dog for you too? I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, I'll keep it at my house. I said, no, don't, no. I even had to call the lady and say, hey, don't let this dude come get my dog. Like, whatever he says, no, don't let him take it. Only I'm coming to get the dog when it's ready. Like, I can't believe I even had to call her and tell her this. But this dude was like, oh, you want me to go get it for you? No, I don't want you to get it for me. And the dog was supposed to, well, the dog was a surprise for my son. But his son and my son go to school together. And I said, don't tell your son that I went, because he took me to this house to show me these German Shepherd puppies. I said, don't tell your son that I went there. I said, you don't have to lie. I don't expect you to lie to him, but just don't mention it. You know what I mean? He's like, why? I said, what do you mean, why? I said, because he'll tell my kid. I said, I want it to be a surprise for Christmas. And we're talking about kids that are like 10 and 11. He's like, oh, he won't tell. He won't tell. I said, yes, they will. I said, the kid will think he's doing his little 5th grader buddy a favor by secretly telling him that he's getting a dog for Christmas, you know? And I didn't say it, but I wanted to tell the guy, I'm like, man, you're naive if you think a 10-year-old isn't going to tell another 10-year-old that he's getting a dog for, like, you know, they're not best friends, but they're friends. They go to school together. You know how kids are. They keep secrets. They keep things from parents. One kid would tell the other kid and think that he's doing his friend a favor, a genuine favor, by letting him know he's getting a dog. But yeah, I couldn't believe it that he just told the kid, like, we went and looked at these dogs and I was getting one for my kid. But I still managed, even with that being said, I still managed it to be a surprise. I actually told my kid that I went and looked at these dogs. Basically, I beat him to the punch. I told him we went and looked at these dogs. I might have found some that we're going to get. I don't know if they'll be ready in time for Christmas or not. But it might be after Christmas or after New Year's. But I think we'll be able to get one of these dogs from this litter. Just not sure when. And I didn't know if I'd have the money for it or not either. So I said, I don't know when they'll be ready for sure. And I don't know if I'll have the money to get them in Christmas by time. But I did look at some, and there's a good chance we'll be able to, you know, get one of these pups. So when the kid told my son, my kid came home and told me that this kid told him. And he said he acted like it was a surprise, like I wasn't so supposed to know or something. And right then I'm like, I'm glad. I thought to myself, I'm glad I played it the way I did. I'm glad I beat him to the punch and told my kid first about these dogs, because if I didn't, then when the kid told him and my kid didn't know anything about it, he would have figured it out, you know, put 2 and 2 together and thought, hey, I'm getting a dog for Christmas. But when the way I played it by telling him first and said we might get one, I was able to make it a surprise, getting the pup for Christmas. Actually, technically, he got it for his birthday. I was going to give it to him for Christmas, but my kid had to leave at 2 o'clock to go to his mother's, and I didn't want to give him a dog Christmas morning and then he have to leave the same day. I didn't want him to be sad going to his mom's, having to leave the dog and stuff. So I gave him the dog for his birthday a couple days before Christmas. That way he would have time to play with it and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure if I waited for Christmas to give it to him like I planned, that he would have been really upset getting a dog and then having to leave to go to his mom's a few hours later. So he got to play with it for a couple days since I gave it to him a couple days early for his birthday. Pakistani Fishing Club, hey, says hi. How you doing? Welcome in. I'm just here jawing away and trying to catch a fish. I'm not trying too hard though. I just been talking more than anything, enjoying myself, having a good time. I got the whole place to myself, not a soul in sight, which is weird. Usually this place is packed Christmas Day because everybody's off. And then you add warm weather. I actually don't know why this place isn't packed, you know. Because this place is packed when it's freezing and 10 degrees out on Christmas Day. The fact that it was almost 50 degrees out, I thought it was going to be so packed. I got here and no one was here. I couldn't believe it. We just changed anyone that just came in. We just changed lures. We had a swim bait, paddle tail, whatever you call it, a pulsar, 3-inch swim bait. We just put a lure on, a Berkeley flicker shad. I said I'm gonna give it like 30 or 40 casts and then we're gonna give it a call. Call it quits. Not giving up. I gotta be somewhere here. I was supposed to be somewhere at 6, but I like to hold the lure up, the pole up like this so y'all can see me watching. But when I hold it up like this, I can't get that down. It won't dive down near bottom. It's only like a 5 to 7 foot lip on there. And I can't get it down the bottom. So I'm going to try to make catching the fish the priority. And this rod's going to be down out of sight. And I don't want to lean over too much like this because my phone and camera's hanging straight over the railing. See? So we're going to try to catch a fish. There's a, I don't know what it is, but I know there's a buildup of rocks that like, kind of like a ledge. Like it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then there's like this rock buildup wall. It goes up. I don't know how wide it is. I don't know. I think it's like a couple feet wide, but it's like basically a hump. Like imagine if you were like a dirt bike ramp, you know, like a dirt ramp out there. It's like a ramp that runs. But if you can get past that casting, and when you're coming up and your lure comes up over that hump and hits that, them fish stack up right on that downside of that ledge. But this is only like a 5 or 6 or 7 gram lure, and it's very hard to cast it that far. But if we could get it out there to that spot, we would definitely catch something. I think what it is from the white water, you know, all the water dumping out there and it hitting the ground and digging a scour hole, it pushes all the gravel and rocks like I think that's what causes that buildup of that wall out there. I hope I don't lose this flicker shad. I got one of them lure retrievers. It's got like the chains on it and the rope. If you get snagged, you hook it to your line, and this like lead thing goes down, and it's got these chains that hang off of it. But I don't have that with me. So if I get this lure snagged, there's no getting it back. But if it gets snagged way out there, you can't get it back anyways, because you can't get that lure catcher thing to go down your line to get out there. But if it gets snagged like down here, it'll drop straight down and we can get our stuff back. I got another YouTube channel called Whatchamacallit. I made it just because, like, I like making shorts of just random stuff I see throughout. Like, I don't know, like, say you see a truck driving down the road looking like Sanford and Son, you know, with stuff piled like 50 feet high. Like, just, I like, or say the sun setting, or birds in the sky, or like, I like just random stuff, you know. But I was posting random, like, we went to this animal safari park, and you know, I made a bunch of videos and put some shorts up on my channel. Anyways, I felt like I wanted my channel to be mainly about fishing and outdoor stuff, you know, artifact hunting, arrowhead getting, metal detecting, stuff like that. But I felt like I was diluting my channel by putting all this random just stuff that has nothing to do with fishing. But I like putting them shorts out and stuff, seeing how many views I could get and how many subs from one short. And, you know, it was fun. But I felt like I was taken away from what my channel's about. So I created a second channel just to put all my random cluttered. It's basically like a channel for all my cluttered random stuff. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just whatever goes on there. Scratching lottery tickets, or playing the slot machines, or just whatever. Well, I made one of that new dog I got, that puppy I got my boy. All the dog was doing was eating his food, right? Eating his food. It's like a 30-second clip of it. You know how many subscribers I got from that one short? Last checked, which was last night, 237 subscribers from one 30-second short of this puppy eating his dog chow. And that's it. He's not doing nothing cute or funny, or he's just eating dog food. The most basic thing ever. And this video got, not on this channel, but my other channel, Whatchamacallit, and that one short got 237, and that was last night. If I look now, I bet you it's over 300 subscribers. I just couldn't believe it. That's so crazy. That many subs off one short. Pakistani Fishing Club's the last person to say something. I'd like to just get one fish. Man, there's big old logs out there and I can't see my line. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. I think it's right over top of that log. Nope. We're good. I didn't want to lose this lure. You know, I still haven't felt bottom with this lure, which is very weird. Because when I was here a couple weeks ago, the water was at 18 feet. And I was hitting bottom with this lure. Now it's at 4 feet. Or not 4 feet. 14 feet. 4 feet lower. And I'm having trouble getting it to the bottom. Even though the water is not as deep, I think the only way I can make sense of it is there must be more current. Even though the water's not as deep tonight, there must be more current tonight. And that's why I can't get it to the bottom. But we're gonna try. Sometimes if you give it some good whips like that, you can get it to dive down real quick. I was riding by my town's park the other day. They had what's them things called where man, how am I not remembering? I know what it's called. Like the Christmas decorations of like Mary and baby Jesus and the three wise men. Is it a nativity scene? Nativity scene? I think that's what it's called, a nativity scene. But I was riding by my town's park and I looked at their nativity scene and my kid's like, look, Dad, look, someone stole baby Jesus. And I looked, sure enough, baby Jesus is gone. And I'm thinking, like, who would do that? Who would steal baby Jesus? You know, and I couldn't believe it. And I told a couple people about it and they laughed. And I'm like, that's not funny. And told a couple more people, and finally I talked to someone who was smarter than me, and they start laughing, and I'm like, why did everyone laugh? It's not funny. And they're like, no, not that someone stole it. They said nobody stole baby Jesus. I said, what? Yes, they did. He's gone. His little baby bed's there, but baby Jesus is gone. And this person's like, no, they don't put him. A lot of nativity scenes don't put baby Jesus out until Christmas Eve because he hasn't been born yet. And I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I did not know that. I thought someone stole baby Jesus, but they just didn't put him out yet because technically he hasn't been. But this was like a few days before Christmas. So I guess no one stole him. He just wasn't born yet. And they didn't put him out yet. I guess they put the nativity scene out like a few weeks before Christmas, and they don't put baby Jesus out. But they come Christmas Eve, and then they put baby Jesus in his, what is it? It starts with a letter M, I think. His manger or something it's called, the manger. But basically like a little baby crib bed thingy. Like a bassinet, whatever. I think it's called a manger. But yeah, I guess they don't put baby Jesus out till Christmas Eve because that's when he's born. And I thought somebody stole him. My kid did too. He's the one that pointed it out to me. I can't believe I never knew that. Heather says she's still here and still listening. Cool. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, I never knew that. They put him out Christmas Eve. Goes to show you're never too old to learn something. I started out, I had a good crowd. I had like 30, 40 people. I don't know if it's because either they got tired of me not catching any fish. Actually, there's 3 possibilities. Actually, there's 4 possibilities. You want to hear my reasoning? Got to talk about something, right? Either 1, they got tired of me not catching no fish. 2, it got dark and the video quality is not that good. There's not much to see. Or 3, it was dinner time and they went to eat. Or 4, they got tired of hearing me talk on and on and on and on. And I could probably think of another 5th one if I tried real hard. But now I always think talking's better than not talking, you know what I mean? Like dead air. I always felt like if you tune in on someone's chat and they're not saying anything at all and they're not catching fish, they're just gonna swipe. You know what I mean? I just want to catch one fish. You know, when I came out here tonight, I didn't plan on catching any fish. You know, I didn't really care. I just was wanting to come fish for a little bit. But once I got fishing and put the time in, I'm like, you know, I think I want to catch a fish now. I was supposed to be at this Christmas party at 6. Well, I shouldn't say that, but my mom said she'd have the food would be ready at 6 and I could come eat if I want. And I said, okay. I didn't say I'd be there. I just said, okay, acknowledging what she said, that the food would be ready at 6. But that's like, if I got there at 6, I'd be the only one there, probably like me and my mom, her boyfriend. Most people don't start rolling in until like, you know, 7, 8 o'clock. You got some stragglers that are rolling at like 9. But I usually don't stay long because everyone's drinking almost, and my family's they chilled out a lot over the years. It's not as bad as it used to be. Like, I used to have to like tell myself I'm leaving by like 10 at the latest. Like, even 10 o'clock was pushing it, because I'm like, you know there'll be a fight, or not necessarily a fight, but somebody's gonna start some stuff, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna get mad about something, and just someone always had too much to drink. Someone, you know, there's always, you know, so I always made sure I got out of there at the Christmas party of my family by like 9:30. You stay till 10, 10:30, 11. Oh, you guaranteed you're gonna be up in some stuff, you know what I mean? So I've always made sure I clear out early before anything happens. But I can say the past like 5, 10 years, everyone's chilled out. Like, I don't want to say the troublemakers, but the people that would usually be the ones, you know, starting some stuff, they chilled out a lot. But then the people that are like younger, that's grown up, now they're getting to the age of causing trouble. So there's always still the chance of, you know, always still the chance of something happening. And the reason is because there's just so many people. My grandma had 9 kids. 9 kids. My mom's got, well, there's 2 sisters and 7 brothers. And then all those kids had kids. And then all them kids had kids. So, like, you're talking about a lot of people. So, that many people, and put alcohol in the mix, it's just like a, you know, almost a guarantee of something happening. Somebody being mad about something, or somebody said this, or almost always certain. Joe Mama Boy's back. He's a new subscriber. Hey, Joe, I see what you mean about not being able to go live. You have 50 subscribers, because I have another channel and I never went live on it. But after talking with you, I said, you know what? I'm going to go, because it makes you wait like 24 hours before you go live for the first time. After talking with you, how you said you got 50 subscribers and you still can't go live. And we said, oh, you got to wait 24 hours. And you said like you did, and you still can't go live. I couldn't really make sense of it. But I know exactly what you're talking about now. Because after I talked with you, I said, you know what? I better hit go live on my other channel. So if I ever do want to go live, I can. I hit go live, and you know what it said? It said, it basically said to go live, you got to have 50 subscribers, and you can try to make some shorts to get more subscribers, to get to 50. Well, I already have 50 subscribers, and it gives you that message saying you got to have 50 subscribers to go live. Try to make some shorts to get more subscribers. And the only option it gives you is make a short or learn more. And if you click learn more, it just goes on telling you how basically you need 50 subscribers. And I even clicked make a short. I thought, well, maybe if I click make a short and make a short from there, then it'll let me go live. Nope. Made that short, went back in, hit go live, and it pops up like a little blue cartoon character figure, like a big emoji thing. And it's got the message saying you got to have 50 subscribers or more and to make some shorts to get to 50 subs so you can go live. But I already got 50 subs. So after speaking with you earlier when you was in my live, I know exactly what you're talking about because the same thing happened to me. Black Wolf Outdoors says he's back. Well, you didn't miss nothing, Black Wolf. We're just out here shooting the breeze. I'm jawing away, trying to catch a fish. But I'm not trying too hard, to tell you the truth. I've been talking more than anything. I ain't been paying much attention to what my jig's doing. I just been casting and retrieving, hoping something bites. I did throw 3 serious casts earlier when it was daylight. I said, all right, time to get serious. Let's actually fish and see if I can catch a fish. We're going to do 3 for real casts. Well, that didn't work. Nah, I'm just happy to be out here. Warm weather, December. You know what I mean? Next December, it might be below freezing every single day of the week. You know what I mean? You get some nice 40, 50 degree weather in December. You better take advantage of it. You know what I mean? We're going to scoot over some. Because like I said, I haven't been able to get my lure to hit bottom at all. So we're going to scoot where it's more shallow. And if I can get this lure near bottom, we might catch a fish. Or we might get snagged. If anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up yet, hey, you know what I heard? I don't know if it's true, but I was in someone's live stream and they were saying that a person can hit the thumbs up. They can like it more than once every 3 minutes. I don't know if it's true, but they said you hit the thumbs up. 3 minutes later, you can hit it again and it will actually give you another like. And that person can get, if they watch you, like you can get 10 likes from one person if they hit the thumbs up every 3 minutes. Or 3 minutes. I guess they said 3 minutes is the minimum. If you wait 3 minutes, you can hit the thumbs up again and it'll actually go towards give you another thumbs up. Does anyone ever hear that? I only heard one person say that, and it's the first time I ever heard it. So does anyone know, anyone ever heard of that, and is that true? I still haven't hit bottom. Black Wolf, thanks for telling everyone smash that thumbs up. Yeah, I'm going to start doing more lives, maybe even from the house. Because I do other stuff. I reload brass shells, you know. And I tied flies and jigs. I metal detect too, but I got a house that's almost the oldest house in the state of Ohio. There's a brick house in Cincinnati. It beats me by like 4 years. It holds the title as the oldest brick structure in the state of Ohio. And if it wasn't for that brick structure, I would hold the title for the oldest brick structure in the state of Ohio. But anyways, point of that story is it's very old, the yard and the property. So I do a lot of metal detecting on it. And when I started my channel, I intended on doing metal detecting, and I still do, but I don't know why, but I haven't metal detected all this winter. Really all this summer. I did some in the spring. I think I know why I haven't metal detected is because I started my YouTube channel this summer, and I've been fishing more than anything. Usually I mix it up. Arrowhead hunting, metal detecting, fishing. And since I started the YouTube channel, I've been fishing more than anything. So I think that's why I haven't done any metal detecting really. But I think I'm gonna, maybe not so much metal detecting, because you know the cold weather's just right around the corner, and it's hard to dig when the ground's frozen. Not saying that you can't, it's just no sense in doing that extra back-breaking work when you can just wait till spring and dig that ground easier. But I think I'm gonna do more lives doing like time flies, because I don't think I ever went live when I'm tying, jig tying. Mainly because I do it in the basement and it's dark and there's no light. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't be nothing to rig up some lighting. I got them lights that sit on top of like a reptile cage, you know, the metal domes. I got a few of them that I'm not using. And then I got them big metal dishes for like a chicken coop that you screw the red light bulb in, the heat lamp, you know, the big metal things you clamp on. The big metal, like they're like 10 inches and they're like a reflector. They're for heat lamps, but you can put a regular bulb in there. But in other words, I got stuff I can use for some lighting in the basement. And too, I guess I don't have to tie in the basement. I could bring my fly tying stuff upstairs where there's better light. But since my YouTube hours are going to be falling off in like February, because it's been a year. See, I didn't start going live until summer, but I was making a couple videos in like February, and those videos got some watch hours. So the watch hours for them first videos I ever uploaded are going to start falling off. And if I don't start going live more often, my watch hours are going to fall off before I reach the 3,000. So I might start live streaming when I'm tying flies, and I am gonna start live streaming tying some jigs and flies, and then I might live stream reloading some brass shells, some ammo. But I don't know if I don't want YouTube to shadow ban me or you know, take me out of the algorithm or something, because they don't like gun stuff, you know what I mean? But I tell myself that there's people who have hunting channels, and that's all their channel is straight hunting and rifles, and you know, so like, and they got a channel, and you know, so like, I don't think it would hurt my channel any if I showed me reloading some shells and stuff. But at the same time, it's like I almost don't want to risk it. Especially too, because like when people are hunting, you know, they're filming and focusing on the hunting aspect of it, not necessarily the bullet part of it. You know what I mean? Like, so if I'm sitting there with a bullet in front of the camera the whole time, you know, like, is YouTube gonna, you know, whack me, you know, knock me down some pegs so my stream don't get out there? I don't know. So like I said, tying jigs and flies, I'll definitely start doing some live streams of that. But cleaning shell brass and reloading them, I don't know. I guess I could like search for people that do that on YouTube and see if they go live and ask them if, you know, if it hurts their channel. Because see, some people don't want to be monetized and don't care. They just show whatever their hobby is, and whatever their subscribers are interested in, that's what they do, and they don't care because they're not monetized and don't want to be. So it would just be nice to know. I mean, I know YouTube frowns upon it, like 100%, you know what I mean? But I just don't know if they're going to act on it or if they're just going to frown if I show me reloading bullets, you know what I'm saying? Black Wolf says it can go live, but he can't find a spot that has cell service. Yeah, I got a lot of places I go to around here, and I don't have service, and I wish I did. Like, there's this one place where I ride my dirt bike. I take my dirt bike fishing. There's a handful of spots like that. I put my stuff in my backpack. I take one of them collapsible fish. I got an old Zebco fishing pole that telescopes, and it's got a case, and it fits in a backpack. I put all that in a backpack, hop on the dirt bike, and drive down to the pond or up into the lake, into the woods. But there's zero service. And I don't mean spotty, I mean zero. Like, you go, these places I like to go and ride dirt bikes and fish, it says SOS on my phone. Like, there's zero signal. If I ever get a GoPro or, you know, an action cam, I'm definitely going to make some videos of them, you know, riding the dirt bike to the fishing spot. And I got these, I don't know if you'd call them crappie poles or what you'd call them, but they're 17-foot fishing poles. They extend to 17 feet. I like to use them to catch bluegill and crappie and stuff. And that's real fun. I ride my dirt bike down to this pond out in the sticks and take them 17-foot extendable fishing poles with me. And it's action-packed, too, because there's so many crappies. And 17-foot pole, you can get right over the spot where all them bluegill are or all them crappie. But there's zero service. So the only way I could share that with my subscribers is to record it and actually upload the video. Yeah, I can't believe how many casts I did tonight, not catching anything. It's kind of insane, but I don't know. It's nice to be out here. It's real peaceful. Like, I got the, I don't know what y'all can hear and what you can't hear as far as the audio goes, but I got the waves behind me crashing and breaking on the shore. We got them waves down there crashing on the shore. We got the water out there rushing. You know, it makes that white noise. We got some wildlife in the background chirping and quacking. It's real peaceful, real nice. Real nice. Even though we're not catching no fish, it's real nice out here tonight. And the weather, I mean, you can see my breath, but it ain't too awfully, it ain't bad. I don't even have my jacket zipped up. I don't even have a toboggan on. My ears aren't covered. It's just nice night. And it's Christmas. Almost forgot about that. But like I said, I did so many casts, I'd like to at least get one fish, you know? One little fishy. One fish, blue fish. One fish, two fish, blue fish. I'm surprised I haven't got any texts yet. People saying, where are you at? Where are you at? Are you okay? Where are you at? Yeah, you can sit at the house. Shoot, a lot of people do that, Black Wolf. I see people doing that all the time. Just go live at the house and just shoot the breeze. Whoever comes up and chat. Or do it instead of vertical, go widescreen so you could so you can invite people up on panel. and just hang out. Hang out and shoot the breeze. I still haven't contacted Bottom yet, and I just don't get it, because last time I used this lure, it was bouncing all over the bottom. I'm gonna scoot down a little more. I don't want to go too shallow because I'll snag up for sure. But I'd like to get down in that strike zone, you know. Hey, we got one. How about that? I guess I should have moved down much sooner. Like I said, I'd like to get in that strike zone. I knew I wasn't in that strike zone at all the whole time. Like I said, I didn't feel that is the tiniest. Look how tiny. Look at my finger. And look, that thing's almost no bigger than my finger. Holy cow. That is the tiniest sauger. I've never caught a sauger that tiny, ever. That is too funny. I said I wanted to catch one. Good Lord, I guess I should have specified to you what I wanted. He gave me what I asked for. I guess I should have specified. Well, he gave me what I asked for. I guess I should have specified on the size. But all I said is I wanted just one. Look how tiny that thing is. That is crazy. They still got some crazy teeth. It's hard to see them, but they're there. All right, let's let them go. Now, how they say, what do they say? Let them go, let them grow. That really applies to this little baby. He gone. He gone. We'll do 10 more casts. I don't usually put a time or a limit on things, but I do got to get going. Looks like a cigar with fins. That's what people call them, Black Wolf cigars. Like if someone comes up here and they're like, hey, how's the fishing going? You catch anything? And if they caught a bunch of them little sauger, they'll be like, nah, just a bunch of little cigars. And everybody knows exactly what you're talking about when you say some cigars. Little sauger. And I don't know if it's because they're tiny, like a cigar, or if because they're called saugers. And depending on how you say sauger kind of sounds like cigar. Sauger, cigar, cigar, sauger. See what I'm saying? So I don't know if people call them cigars because it sounds like the word cigar, or if because they're tiny like a cigar, or both, maybe both. Either way, that's one tiny fish. That's the tiniest one I ever caught. That's what the walleye are out here eating for dinner. That's a walleye dinner. Actually, that's a walleye appetizer. The walleye out here, they'd probably have to eat 5 or 6 of them to get full. If Lake Erie wasn't into the equation of this statement I'm about to say, this body of water right here would hold state record walleyes. I mean, like the state record walleyes would be right here except Lake Erie, of course, has, you know, all the big record walleye. But if Lake Erie wasn't, you know, a thing or didn't exist, this right here would be the, you know, the walleye place in Ohio. Oh, we're fishing on top. That lure was just dragging across the top. Oh, I told myself I was going to work tomorrow, and as I stand here casting, and as I stand here knowing I'm getting ready to go to this Christmas party, I'm thinking on how bad I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I don't have nothing scheduled. No appointments on the schedule, so technically, man, my lure's dragging across the surface again. Our line keeps getting tangled on our hook. It's not tangled now, but it was. Oh man, if I didn't pull that out of the water so quick, we would have had another one. That fish jumped out of the water trying to get that lure. We got one. Oh, it got off again. I think them fish are like right under my feet. I've been casting like out there, and I think the fish are like right there. I'm standing on this pier. There's been times where I actually casted like behind me, underneath the pier, and caught fish after fish because they were under the pier. I said 10 more casts, and then I started getting bites. Yeah, that current's ripping. I cast it out there, and my lure is coming in from over there. I just realized how much it's ripping. I should have known that when I said I haven't touched bottom, not on a single cast, until I got into like right under me is like 1 foot of water. I said 10 more casts, then we caught a fish and we started getting bites. But either way, we gotta end it soon. And I gotta pee, so. I think I got one on. Yep, look at it. Oh, I wish y'all could have seen it. It came unhooked and it was just laying on the surface of the water like it was dead. And then it decided to like kick its tail and go under. Joe Mama Boy says trying to work this Spider-Man game on the PS5. I wish I had a PS5. That new Gran Turismo, well, I don't know how new it is, but I just found out and heard about it, that they got a new Gran Turismo game out. I'm still playing Gran Turismo on PS3. I think it's like Gran Turismo 3 or 4. I got the Logitech wheel with the dual force feedback, the steering wheel with the motors in it. It's like a 10-inch steering wheel, and it's got the dual force feedback motors. So when you go around a turn, you really got to hold on to the steering wheel because it wants to pull it out of your hand and, you know, fight you. Oh, we got one. And when we, I think it's the same fish, y'all. Look, same fish. But yeah, it's got the dual force feedback motors. And when you're going around a turn and fighting, it like really fights you, you know what I mean? And it's pretty sweet because when you're on a gravel road, the steering wheel vibrates and you can feel the gravel. Like, you know you're driving on gravel. And when the road transitions from like gravel to tarmac, you know, it's vibrating and shaking, and you hit that tarmac or the asphalt and the vibration stop, like, you can really get into it. Like, you know, like, you really feel like you're driving the car. Or if you hit a jump and you go airborne, all the resistance goes off the steering wheel. So, you know, you go up in the air and all the resistance comes off the wheel to where it really feels like your wheels come off the ground. Like, it's crazy. And that's old technology. That's 15-year-old technology. So, like, I couldn't imagine how awesome it would be on a PS5 with the new wheels. But most people don't realize you have to have that dual force feedback. Because if you don't have that, they make some wheels that don't have any motors in them, and it's just like a wet, loose noodle. Like, you can grab your finger and just spin the wheel. Like, that's no good. You need ones that got the dual motors in them. I think my phone's about to die. There's another fishy. We're on 4% battery. You know what? 4% battery, I might as well just keep going until my phone dies. Since we're getting in some little fishies now. I got a PS3. I play Twisted Metal. You ever play Twisted Metal, Joe Mama Boy? It's an old game. Twisted Metal is probably from like the 90s. But I got a Twisted Metal, I think it's Twisted Metal 2. I play still on the PlayStation. I play Twisted Metal. What's that other game? We got another fish. Oh, it got off. What's that other game? Oh, Need for Speed. I play the old Need for Speeds and the old I was playing Mortal Kombat today, Mortal Kombat 2 on Nintendo Switch. And I could not figure out how to do the finishing move. You know, on Mortal Kombat, when they're like, finish him! I could not figure out how to do the finishing move on a Nintendo Switch. My light just shut off on my phone because my camera's down to 2% battery. Yeah, I bought Mortal Kombat for my kid for the Switch. I went to like Walmart and GameStop and Best Buy. He wants that farming simulator. You know, the farming simulator game? And they got a new one, Farming Simulator 24. And there is not a single place that sells that farming simulator game in the store. Not a single place. And I think because I could be wrong, but I think the farming simulator game is like mainly or originally for computer, for PC. But they do make it for Nintendo Switch, the farming simulator, but I could not find it anywhere in stores. Yeah, these fish are shallow. I mean, I bet you it's not even 10 inches deep where I caught them 2 fish. I know it's not, because as soon as I start reeling, I'm hitting bottom. It says there's 9 people in here. My light just died on my phone and it's dark and you can't even see my reel. And there's more people watching now that you can't even see anything than there was when there was light. We're on 2% battery, y'all, so if the stream abruptly ends, that's why. And I got a Christmas party I gotta get to, so if the stream just ends, my phone died, and that will be it for the night. I almost want to say we'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to skip work and go fishing. But, because I don't have anything on the schedule. So, technically I could. But